is to manage a student hostel. The RTCs, the regional training centers, are still largely under the management of NAPT. It is only the student hostel that is being managed by the management contractor. And I understand very well, sir. Yes, sir. So, I am making this emphasis to let the Honorable Committee understand that when we started out, we were doing a management contract. In other words, there are still student hostels that are being used by our students, our trainees, when they have training in all these facilities. But there are times when the facilities will be empty, when we're not running programs, and we feel that rather than allow them to just be, those down times, that is, no, the lease is on for between 2 to 3 years. But in trying to comply with due process, after we engaged with the infrastructural commission, yes, we advised that a better model would be a lease model rather than a management contract. We were of the view, looking at the laws establishing NAPTIN, looking at the laws establishing ICRC, we were of the view that it was just okay to do a management contract where a certain percentage goes to the contractor for management of the facility and a larger portion goes to the government. So this was the agreement we were doing until ICRC, our engagement with them, emphasized that no matter how little our interaction with those assets are, it still has to be done under an arrangement that allows federal government to. Yes, yes, sir. We engaged. Right. Yes. Better for the agency. And I'm sure the fact that we fully consider the provision of exactly. Exactly. Right. So to understand the community, we just say that it's important for us to have this doctrine. So that we can look at them. People, I think it's important for us, for the community, to go and see those assets. I think it's equally important for the committee to go out there, because whether you lease them out, whether you concession them, whether you do PPP, management, whatever, it is still government assets, and it will still revert back. And we want to be sure that whoever is managing government assets has such capacity, right, to manage those assets. And we ensure that they are not the ones that when they are leaving, the asset will be in bad situation, worse situation than the state you gave them to the management. So you liaise with the clerk as to when we can visit and see those assets. It's very important, because in writing our own reports, we must be able to say that the assets are not being wasted, they are in good hands, and the agency in charge of them is adequately and efficiently protecting those assets. We equally want to do that oversight because we want to establish that government is getting the best result or return on our partnership with that company that we have given that management to. But before we go for that oversight, it's important for you that you liaise with the clerk who's going to give you another hearing date
when you will reappear, we look at all the documents that you have submitted again, that it has complied with our request, and then we fix a date for the oversight. Please, Clark, can you help us look at your diary and see, because we have quite a convenient for you to 25th of June.
25th of June, you join the gavel. I think it's an opportunity for me to.
Of June, with all their documents.
Thank you for the opportunity, Honorable, in critical areas. And I've always, seized the opportunity to, just to re-echo what we know, that the white collar jobs are no longer available. It's like a pyramid, it goes thinner over the years. So there is a need to invest heavily in skills acquisition, especially in critical job areas of solar PV installation, metering, electrical installation. These are areas where, from our own experience, constituents can be self-empowered and they can become entrepreneurs and then pick jobs from the one in order to make a living for themselves. So we have those programs. We just want to let the honorable members know that that's what we do, and we'll definitely welcome some of your projects, your constituency, in empowering your constituents. And we've been doing them. We have alumni engagement whereby they give testimony to how they've been able to get themselves occupied with jobs and become entrepreneurs in what they do. Because we train and we acquire, we hand them over, we hand over to them skills that will make them to be from day one, self, employed. And I think I need to really let the honorable members know that we're looking forward to having some of this in my institute. Thanks. And Kaduna. But what we can do, if we're going to do training in solar PV, we'll bring it to Safara and we'll be able to train. The 17th of June 2020.
We need a list of those things, those properties, those training centers, those equipment, those electrical accessories, all those things.
Right.
Because they said in the transfer instrument that you exhibited there, that you attached.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. We have inventory of all those.
Will actually help us, and not just that. And not just that. There is no title document. We need the title document. Copies of the title documents of those assets, showing that you are the new owner. All right?
And the progress made so far
stated. Because when you look at what you have submitted, yes, we have pictures, but nobody can determine this land size. Even you're saying that it's about 3,000 square meters, it's speculative.
Your Honorable Chairman, documents to really back it in terms of recorded,
And that's why it's always possible for people to take out of the land when you don't have specific document that says this is the size of the land. You understand? So those documents you need to equally submit. Your assets at Kano, Sabogeri, and Shekara. What's the state of that asset?
Why we use all it from time. When we inherited the assets, it was in very bad shape. So what we did is that we approached the National Assembly, we approached the House Committee on Power to make available through appropriation money to turn it into a viable asset so that we can be using it for hostel and also generate revenue out of it. So presently, it's undergoing rehabilitation. It's about 70% completed, but still undergoing rehabilitation. In fact, I was there about 2 months ago during Ramadan, and we're still on. What is really delaying is that we don't have enough fund appropriation, to get it, completed. So hopefully, when we have fund to get it completed, we put it into use and then generate money for the federal government of Nigeria through that very asset. So it's presently not yet a completed project.
Alright, so in Afam, the one in Kaiji, Kogi, and the one in Jos, you give to one concessionaire. Why is that so?
Honorable, we did due diligence the way we understood it based on the procurement, process. We started with Akamba Hostel, and we discovered that the arrangement was working because we did it that the money would be paid into the TSA, account, and found it, a workable, arrangement. And that's why when we had Kenji rehabilitated, we also give it to the same um, um, uh, third party management, Cromwell, to handle, that. And the same thing, with Joss and Afam. So presently we have one uh, body, managing the three. I think four.
To the same person in 2019, 2021, how is you want to run us through the process that you use for it, and then the approval, the clearing approval.
Member, I think I was just asking the director legal that we had a procurement process, that took place, but maybe we don't have the need for us to come to them. That no matter how small the whole process is, we need to still use their own template in order to, do the right thing. And that's what we have been doing. And that's what I said, from my first statement, that we had to go to ICRC to now subject, those procurement process and then see if it meets, their own templates. But they are saying that, look, there are certain things we need to do in order to meet the ICRC guidelines and templates. And that's where we are now. That's the only thing we're waiting for.
All of the same tenor. What is the tenor of this management contract?
I think the agreement is 2 years. Yeah. So what we do is that we do MOU and then we renew. That's the document we submitted to ICRC, and that's why they're saying that they have their own templates which we need to comply with. I think maybe I would need to get the documents to really be able to answer it. But we have the due diligence process where which we've been following, and that's what we submitted to ICRC. But I'll get it and then let you know. Thanks, sir.
The observation of the committee, I think it's important for you to furnish us with better, further documents.
Okay, sir.
I think it's very necessary for you to do that for us, because that's going to really help us.
My own question is to the DG. I heard him saying, I'm not saying that.
I'd like to first of all